Welcome to Lawn Tips with Lou.
Today we're going to cover a few topics. Why Bermuda grass should be mowed frequently and short, continuing to fertilize the Bermuda lawns through the summer months, changing the oil on the power reel mower, insect control, especially for fire ants, and mowing the lawns in a different mowing pattern. And at the end of this segment, I'll include some additional mowing clips.
The lawn is looking very nice. I've been mowing the lawn at about 1 inch in height for the past few weeks. For me, mowing is relaxing. Even mowing at a leisurely pace, it does not take long to mow the entire lawn. This is a view of the common area in the subdivision. It is mowed at about 3 inches in height. While it is green and healthy, as you look closely, you'll notice that the grass is not as thick and dense as the grass would be if regularly mowed at a shorter height. In my yard, you can see the Bermuda grass is very dense. The Bermuda tends to grow to a thick, dense texture when regularly mowed at a shorter height. Usually I leave the grass clippings on the lawn, but occasionally I've been mowing with the grass catcher. There are a couple of reasons that I'll use the grass catcher. One, if the lawn has grown too tall between mowings, or two, if storms have knocked a lot of leaves onto the lawn that need to be picked up. Mowing at the lower heights that you can mow with a reel mower, the lawn needs to be mowed more frequently, sometimes as frequently as every other day or every third day. Otherwise, the grass gets too long to where you may need to be mowing more than the recommended 1/3 of the height of the grass. If you mow more than 1/3 of the height of the grass, the mower cuts deeper into the stalk, giving the grass a scalped or scarred look. I've always enjoyed mowing, and the frequent mowing to maintain the Bermuda lawn does not bother me. I mow my lawn in the afternoon or early evening. At this time of day, the grass is dry. Mowing when the grass is wet allows the grass to clump up on the lawn and on the mowing equipment. The clumps in the lawn leave the grass more susceptible to lawn diseases. Mowing when the grass is dry allows for an easier cleanup of the mower. You simply need to use a blower to clean any clippings off the mower. Mowing in the latter part of the day also allows the grass to heal easier after being mowed. Grass needs to heal over when it has been cut, just like a cut on your finger heals over time. If you mow earlier in the day, the heat of the day tends to dry out the tips of the grass where it has been cut. Mowing later in the day, the tips are less likely to dry out and can heal easier overnight. Bermuda grass is a warm season grass. Warm season grasses thrive in the summer heat and continue to need food throughout the summer months. Stay on a regular fertilization schedule throughout the summer. In the case of drought conditions, you may need to scale back on the amount of fertilizer you put down, but the lawn still needs food. I'm going to change the oil on my new power reel mower. The owner's manual recommended an oil change after 8 hours of initial use. When changing oil, in the motors on my equipment. I like to run the motors for a few minutes to warm up the oil and to dislodge any sediment that may have settled on the bottom of the crankcase. After shutting the mower off after it has been running for a few moments, I remove the oil cap dipstick. After removing the dipstick, I insert the tube from my vacuum oil extractor. The tube gets pushed into the bottom of the crankcase. And once fully inserted, I can vacuum the oil out of the engine. After pumping the oil out of the engine, I fill the crankcase with fresh oil to the recommended level. After reinserting the dipstick, I start the engine again to make sure no oil is leaking.
Insects can be a problem for lawns, leading to issues with grubs, which feed on the root system of the lawn. There are lots of good insecticides to use on the lawn. The one that I've been using is triazicide. Triazicide can be purchased either as a granule form or a liquid. I like the liquid because it can be applied on the lawns as well as to the shrubs and trees to help control insect problems there. Ants are another problem. There probably isn't a homeowner in Texas who hasn't had to deal with fire ants. I use 2 products to treat any fire ant mound that I find in my yard. If I find an ant mound, I treat the mound with a 1-2 punch of Orthene fire ant killer and Amdro ant bait. Either one could be used as a standalone product to treat ant mounds. The Orthene kills the ants in a very short period of time, and Amdro is a bait that the ants carry back to the mound where it poisons the colony. The reason I use both products is not just for the immediate effect that Orthene provides, but in the event that any ants escape the mound to build a mound elsewhere, if they are attracted to the Amdro bait, hopefully that will help to destroy the colony before they successfully build a new mound. Whether I'm correct in this reasoning or not, this 1-2 punch of these 2 products has been very effective for me. The day after an application, there's no more ant activity at the mound. One last topic for today's video, and that's cross-directional mowing. Regardless of whether you use a reel mower or a rotary mower, you should vary your mowing pattern. If you follow the same pattern mowing all of the time, the weight of the lawnmower compresses the soil where the wheels roll. Over time, the lawn will look like it has rut marks. And in fact, it does. To keep from developing these rut lines in the lawn, it's important to mow in a different cross-directional pattern regularly. Sometimes mowing at a 90-degree angle from the prior mowing or diagonally at a 45-degree angle. Not only does this keep the lawn from developing the rut lines, but the varying pattern looks good on the lawn.
Thanks for watching Lawn Tips with Lou. I'll close out with some additional mowing clips, and I'll see you next time.